All right, people. So, welcome back to another episode in Advice to Junior Developer. And today we're going to be talking about imposter syndrome and whether you'll ever be able to get rid of that feeling of just feeling that you don't fit in or that everyone's so intelligent and then, you're not particularly. And to be honest, I don't think that kind of fades away because situations will come, like you've heard me talk about in a lot of other episodes that we've covered so far, that you just don't know everything, right? It's impossible to know all of those details. And sometimes you might get tickets or stories that thrown at you that you need to complete. And you just don't know like what to do or the first course to take. And I think that like the way to overcome that feeling of imposter syndrome is to get really good at problem solving so that no matter what comes on your plate, you're able to solve problems that come. Doesn't matter what language it is, what tool it is, you can do the necessary sort of digging around the research to be able to solve that problem and in an effective manner. So, like, you might have read online, maybe on Reddit or maybe on YouTube as well, that, like, the best programmers are those that can Google the best, or they know what to Google when a situation does come up. And that's really, really true because Google's going to be your best friend, right, throughout your career. And maybe, AI, more so nowadays, but obviously there's restrictions on like whether you can use it or not in different organizations, right? So take those into consideration before you use ChatGPT or any other AI tools. Um, but you need to be able to effectively find the solution that particularly what you're working on. And like I said, right, particularly when you're junior, you won't know much and you'll be faced with this large code base and you won't really know where to start. And it's going to be learning from other individuals, other senior members on your team that are willing to give you the time in the first place, right, to be able to solve stuff. And things might take a little bit longer. But you have to understand the expectation is not for you to deliver from day one, right? Minimum, you need like 6 months just to be able to deliver something of value. That's my thoughts on it, right? And some people might think different, but I think you need that 6 months just to get sort of grounded a little bit, learn a little bit, learn different techniques that are implemented within the team, and then you can be able to deliver something of value right after that. Otherwise, you maybe just be doing a little bit of bug fixing. But once you do learn and you become better and like learn a little bit more about the code base, that's when you start to feel like a little bit more confident in your skills and ability. And the same thing will happen if you move to another job, right? Different organization, different code base, different structures, different techniques, or like, things that they follow. And you're going to have to start having that feeling again. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, the feeling can come over and over again, right? Because you're dealing with different code bases. But the way that you can approach things is just to become really, really good at problem solving. And it doesn't mean that you need to spend hours and hours a day at elite coding because I don't think that that's needed to become like a good engineer or good developer. But just get your skills at like just try and pick up something new in your own personal time, and like say a new language or a new tool, and just think like, okay, this is what I want to implement using that tool, and just get started, and just not knowing anything, right? Just start, and then you'll have to go look at information or read docs and like try and solve how you're going to get it done. And sooner or later, the more and more you do it, the quicker you'll get at solving problems or just picking something up and quickly implementing it. And that's kind of what you need to be. And that's what makes a good senior developer. And does a senior developer still feel sometimes that, the imposter syndrome that we all talk of? I think most people would agree that they do from time to time, right? It does happen. So it won't go away, but you can make yourself better by becoming a good problem solver. And I think that's going to be the most important thing. So hopefully this helps. And the way that you can combat it is by, you know, building up your skills in problem solving. So yeah, hopefully that helps and you have a good day. Cheers.